Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About Clutter. I'm your host, Margo Staten, a professional organizer specializing in chronic clutter. And today's episode is very near and dear to my heart because it's something that I am currently dealing with right at this moment. So if you, like me, have ever thought about moving, whether it's next month, next year, maybe you're downsizing, buying your first home, or helping your parents move, this episode is for you. Because after helping so many clients prepare for a move, there is one major mistake I see over and over again. And honestly, it makes moving so much harder than it has to be. So what is this monumental mistake? It is waiting until it's time to pack to start decluttering. I hear it all the time. Margo, we'll just declutter as we pack. And on paper, that kind of sounds like a good plan. Maybe it's very efficient, very adult-like, but in real life, it actually almost never works. When I work with clients who are getting ready for a move, they usually haven't had the time to declutter beforehand. So by the time I arrive at their home, we're essentially trying to do two jobs all at once. We are wrapping dishes, we are labeling boxes, calling donation centers, figuring out what the movers are taking, looking for packing tape, trying to remember where the scissors disappeared too conveniently. Seriously, why do they disappear in the exact moment that you need them? And at that same time, we are trying to make emotional decisions about years and years of belongings. And honestly, it's incredibly exhausting. Packing and decluttering becomes one giant stressful event. It's so much work than it needs to be because packing and decluttering are two completely different jobs. And by the way, I completely understand why folks kind of like bundle them into one because you're like, well, what's the point of going through my stuff ahead of time if I'm going to be packing anyway? So I get it. I've been there myself many, many years ago when I moved. Totally feel you. But packing and decluttering have two completely different jobs. Packing asks, where does this item go? Decluttering asks, does this belong in the next chapter of my life? One is logical, the other one oftentimes is emotional. And those two things should never happen at the same time. Think about everything that's happening when you're moving. You're signing paperwork, talking to attorneys if you're buying a home, coordinating movers, changing your address, your bills, all that stuff, cleaning. You're probably still working at the same time and taking care of your family. Maybe you're also in the process of selling your existing home. Your brain is already working overtime. Now add this question. Should I keep grandma's china? Or do I really need this bread maker? I haven't used it in 8 years. Your brain is done. That is decision fatigue. So instead of making thoughtful decisions, you make survival decisions. Just pack it up. Throw it in the box and I will deal with it later, meaning later in the new home. Except later usually never comes. And maybe you can kind of relate to this. Maybe that's kind of the way that you operated on a previous move and you currently have a basement or a spare room full of boxes that you have not unpacked from your previous move that happened 5 years ago. Don't do that to yourself again. You don't want to be moving clutter from one home to the other. And one of the things that I always say, and actually always get excited about, is whenever you're moving or thinking about moving, I should say, it is like prime, very incredible, once in a lifetime or, several times in a lifetime situation that forces you to reevaluate the things that you currently have and decide if you don't love, want, or need it, guess what? It gets left behind. And it is a beautiful and precious moment that we should be excited about. And it's really funny because I decided to record this episode because this is what I'm going through right now. I am actually currently looking to move. We are not downsizing. We're actually looking to get a bigger space. And just an FYI, just because the space is going to be bigger doesn't mean that I'm like, well, we have the space, so we're going to just bring all the stuff. Quite the contrary. I am trying to declutter and downsize as much as possible so that we can embrace empty shelves and partially empty closets. My daughter and I, at this moment, haven't found the right place just yet. But again, we're moving, and the expectation is that we will be moving in the next 6 to 8 months, which is why I am decluttering. And I do mean decluttering ruthlessly. Now, with all that said, I've been decluttering for years. I'm very, very minimalistic, especially in my wardrobe. But still, something about knowing that you're going to be moving has me looking at my home in a different light, going, do we really need this in the new home? Do we? And my daughter's running around laughing. She's like, Mommy, by the time we move, we're literally just going to need our SUV, and there will be no need for a moving truck. But the point is, I'm not going to be waiting until I have boxes stacked in my living room, because I know what future Margo is going to feel like. She's going to be tired. She's going to have enough decisions to make. So every single time I use my spot and toss method religiously, every single time I spot and toss something, I'm doing future me a favor. So I really, really encourage you. Now, of course, if you're someone who's moving in a week or two, then chances are you are decluttering and packing at the same time, in which case my recommendation is get as many people to help you as possible. So again, you don't take too much of the clutter with you. But this actually, I work with a lot of families who are actually downsizing. And this is where we really see the problems come up, where we're packing and we're just, the family is exhausted and they're just like, oh, Margo, it's okay. Like, let's just pack it up. And I'm like, no, because we'd rather put in the hard work now. And really every single box that you are opening in your home should be the stuff that you need. And there should be no need for, scheduling donation pickups from your new home, especially if you're downsizing, because now you're trying to fit years, sometimes decades of belongings into a smaller home. Your new home shouldn't become a storage unit for decisions you avoided in your old one. I know that kind of sounds harsh, and that is not my intention, but that is the reality. Your next chapter deserves better than that. It deserves space, not just physical space, but mental space too. Please, 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 please do not drag the feelings of overwhelm and anxiety and stress from your old home into your new home if it can be prevented. So if moving is even on your radar, like you're thinking about it, maybe next year, maybe, in 18 months, start editing your home now. Not when you list your house, not when you find that apartment, not when the movers are booked. Please, definitely not when the movers are booked today. And please don't start with sentimental items. Start easy. Duplicates, broken items, expired products, kitchen gadgets you forgot you own, old towels, clothing you already know you don't wear, holiday decorations you haven't opened or used in years. There's so many easy items and easy boxes of stuff in your home that you can quickly purge. And of course, when you start with easy wins, this builds confidence, and confidence makes the harder decisions when you get up to them feel much easier. This is exactly why I love spot and toss. One drawer, one shelf, one cabinet, one decision. That is it. Little by little, you're editing your home before the pressure of the move is on. And here's your challenge this week. Walk into one room in your home and ask yourself one question. If I were moving tomorrow, would I really pack this item? It's a surprisingly powerful question. And if the answer is no, you've just found your next spot and toss moment. And if you're preparing for a move or helping a parent downsize, this is exactly the kind of work I help my clients with. We make the decisions before packing begins. We coordinate donation pickups so things actually leave the house, and make sure you're only moving what belongs in your next chapter. And if you're not quite ready for hands-up help, my 7-day spot and toss decluttering challenge is also a great place to start. All this information is in the show notes. So remember, packing is about boxes. Decluttering is about decisions. Don't save both for the same week. Your future self will thank you. Thank you so much for listening. As always, good luck on your decluttering journey, and remember to be good to yourself.